to do Seattle International to San Francisco. We're just going to get ourselves ready to get fired up here. Hey Peter Pan, what's up? How's the evening over in Germany tonight? We're going to be cruising at an altitude of 34,000 feet today. Rainy in Germany. Oh, that's too bad, man. It's 20 degrees and sun here right now. So we're going to go to 34,000 feet tonight. Some thunderstorms. Oh no. So guys, the reason I didn't stream last night is because I added some new hardware to my PC and I reformatted. So I'm gonna have to reset up some of these views I set for you here. So I'm gonna set this guy back up. Probably the same place that I had the last view while we're waiting for the IRS to align. I think it was about right here. She sleep.
Hello? Hello? How is she?
Oh, she's good.
For a walk?
Yeah, I took her for a walk around the block. So we'll set our first passenger view up for this location for you guys. And then we'll set the next passenger view up down just behind the wing. How about this seat right here? How about we'll go the next one back? That guy looks broken. He's kind of hovering in the sky there. Seattle to San Francisco tonight? It sure is. We're just waiting on the IRS to align and then we'll be good to go. We'll tune to Unicom because there's nobody online, so I'm not going to make you guys keep waiting for this flight. You guys asked for it, so I'll do it. So we'll tune to Unicom. I'm just going to move over here. Close this door. Do you need help?
Yeah, I don't know how to set up.
Just a second, guys. I gotta help my wife set up the dog cage. Sorry about that, guys. I just had to help set the dog kennel up. We just got ourselves a new puppy dog today. And by new, I just mean we just rescued a 6-year-old pup. But same thing. So let's set this up for 34,000 feet. Flight plan. We'll pick a departure for ourselves. We're gonna depart based on the weather because we are going to be flying with Unicom today. We have no tower. Yeah, Robert, we finally got ourselves a dog, buddy. We got a little 6-year-old Pomeranian. So, winds. We have 0 wind, so we are going to go runway. Let me see, what one was, which one's closest to me? That's what I'll pick. We'll go 34 right. And we'll take the Harbor 4 departure via Hiskew. Yeah, she's a little gold pup, man. She's just like the one that I grew up with, except not a Nova Scotia retriever. Dodge. All right. So let's get this flight underway here now. Send you a picture? All right, I'll send you a picture, Robert. Just a second. Oh, shit. I would send you a picture, but it looks like you deleted me off Facebook, bud. Can't believe you deleted me from Facebook, Robert. Alright, let's get this started. Seattle Unicom Tower, Air Canada 7725 is pushing back and engine startup, taxiing to runway 34 right.
Starting engine 1.
Guess I probably should have started my APU before I did that though. I don't know, for some reason it tells me I can't send you a message, buddy. When I try to send you one, it says unable to respond to conversation. Now let's try this again. There we go.
Ladies and gentlemen, the captain has turned on the fasten seatbelt sign. If you haven't already done so, please stow your carry-on luggage underneath the seat in front of you or in an overhead bin. Please take your seat
Robert wants you to send a picture of the dog.
and also make sure your seat back and folding trays are in their full upright position. At this time, we request that all mobile
does.
phones,
I just can't send it to him for some reason.
control toys be turned off for the full duration of the flight. We remind you that this is a non-smoking flight. Smoking is prohibited on
Beth's gonna send you the picture, Robert.
including the lavatories. Tampering with, disabling, or destroying the lavatory smoke detectors is prohibited by law. If you have any questions about our flight today, please don't hesitate to ask one of our flight attendants. Thank you.
Park brake off.
Yeah, Beth is getting the same thing that I am, Robert. Are you sure you don't have your Facebook deactivated or something? Because, yeah, you can message us, but two of us are saying that you've deactivated your Facebook or something. Yeah, neither one of us can reply to the conversation. It's weird. It's alright, if you don't love us anymore, you can just tell us. You did like 2 weeks ago? Okay. I don't think your account's fully reactivated then, because neither one of us can message you, man.
Park brake on.
You don't even show up with a profile picture under mine.
Starting engine 1.
Copilot, you're too loud. You get turned down. I forgot to change some of these settings after I came back and reset this, so... Oh, Beth said she managed to send it to you now. Turn the APU bleed on. Ignition on.
Starting engine 2.
Works now, Robert. Whatever you did fixed it.
Spoilers arm. Flaps 1. Flaps 2. The cockpit is too hot.
Seattle Unicom Air Canada 7725 is taxiing runway 34 right via taxiway Bravo.
Park brake off.
When the seatbelt sign illuminates, you must fasten your seatbelt. Insert the metal fitting one into the other and tighten by pulling on the loose end of the strap. To release your seatbelt, lift the upper portion of the button. There are several emergency exits on this aircraft, 2 forward, 2 aft, and 1 over wing. Please take a few moments now to locate your nearest exit. Oxygen and the air pressure are always being monitored. In the event of decompression,
It's called being super smart and handsome.
automatically appear in front
Well, at least you figured it out.
to start the flow of oxygen. Pull the mask towards you. A life vest is located in a pouch under your seat or between the armrests.
Can you get me one of those too?
Instructed to do so, open the plastic pouch and remove the vest. Slip it over your head. Pass the straps around your waist and adjust at the front. To inflate the vest, pull firmly on the red cord only when leaving the aircraft. If you need to refill the vest, blow into the mouthpieces. Use the whistle and light to attract attention. You will find this and all the other safety
Thank you.
information in the card located in the same
Look at you.
pocket in front of you. We strongly suggest you read it before takeoff. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to ask one of our crew members. We wish you all an
So
enjoyable
Peter Pan, have you been looking forward to this flight, buddy? Tonight's the night that you get this one. You like to watch it now? All right, well, we'll get this underway here right now. Air Canada 7725 is taking off runway 34 right for the Harbor 4 departure. Runway 34 right.
set.
Are you cheating on you with Peter Pan? No. No, no. I don't cheat on any but of my viewers.
$100 knots. V1. Rotate. Positive climb. Gear up.
Speed, speed, speed.
A couple of days ago, I remember I told somebody to fly Seattle to Francisco. Yeah, well, that's what we're doing here tonight. Tonight is the Seattle to San Fran.
Autopilot 1, cross-check. Standard Baro cross-check. Passing flight level 014.
Seattle Tower, Air Canada 7725 is clear of runway 34 right.
Speed is not okay for next flaps position. Autopilot 1, cross-check. Speed check, flaps 1. Speed is not okay for next flaps position. Speed check, flaps 0.
It's good training to write English and listen to you at the same time. I like it. Oh, that's good. Well, I'm glad I can help you learn some English.
Spoilers disarmed.
So what are you guys up to this evening, Peter Pan and Robert? Robert stuff. Nice. What about you, Peter? What are you doing this evening? Hey, Peter Harris. What's up, buddy? Welcome back. If you're just tuning in, we're en route from Seattle to San Fran right now. We just took off. We're en route to 34,000 feet. And we are just passing 10,000, 11,000 feet, so we'll shut our landing lights off here now. We'll shut the APU down. Short flight. That's not too bad. We got 616 miles to go, so it'll be just over an hour. Once we get to altitude here, we should have a decent tailwind, if the weather's correct anyways, and at that point we'll be all right. Tomorrow, Frankfurt to Dubai. We'll see. I don't know how long of a flight that would be. If somebody wants to plot it out and tell me how long it is, I could possibly do that. You're that hot flight attendant, but a male version? Oh, nice. I don't know, my wife makes a pretty hot flight attendant when she brings me a beer. Uh-oh. That's not good.
Autopilot 1, cross-check.
Accidentally disengaged my autopilot. Has anyone experienced scenery that loads in X-Plane 10 but doesn't completely load in X-Plane 11? The objects not loading? I can't say that I have, actually. I haven't really tried any X-Plane 10 scenery in this. It's just like I said, I actually just reformatted my computer last night. That's why I didn't stream last night. I added a new solid state drive, so I had to reformat everything and get everything set back up. Which is why I'm getting about another 10 frames a second tonight, because my operating system isn't taking up as much disk usage, so the game can actually load properly. What clouds are those? These are the default clouds. Should get the BBS sound pack. Hey, you're a hot flight male or hot male flight attendant? Nice. What's for dinner tonight then, Taylor? What are we gonna eat if you're the flight attendant? What is the BBS sound pack, Peter? I forgot to re-download the Air Canada library, so we're just flying the X-Plane add-ons library tonight. Although I am still using the Air Canada call sign. Alright, and that's going to look after our departure. We're going to slow our ascent to 1,100 feet. Actually, we'll go 1,000 feet a minute now. So we got tons of time to climb that other 14,000 feet. We'll shut our seatbelt sign off. Yeah, I like the Air Canada library too. I'm trying to figure out if that was what was killing my frame rate or not. I don't know if it was optimized for this X-Plane 11 or if it was just optimized for X-Plane 10. For economy, a few snacks. Business, a soup and a snack. First class, I get the God Asian noodles. Excellent. I love God Asian noodles. They are my favorite. Are they of the ramen noodle type? Because everybody loves ramen. So we'll turn our console lights up a little more. I'm going to get everything bright up. You don't know if you can open the food? Well, we better find somebody that can help you then. Because I'm starving. A hungry pilot's not a happy pilot. Alright, so once we get to San Francisco, we're looking at winds at heading 290, 20 knots. So let's make a plan for when we get there. So we've got a choice of runway 1, runway 19, runway 28. So we're gonna come in, we're actually gonna come in on runway 1. 1 right. We'll take the ILS runway 1 right. And that should help us slow down and keep our lift up when we get in there. Well, again, when we get a little closer, we'll double check that approach and make sure it's still good for us. I should have eaten before the flight. Actually, I had a beer before the flight, so that's even better. Now how to drink before flights. Uh-oh, it's too late now. We're already airborne. Don't tell. Oh, Robert. 24 hours before the next flight, right? We'll see. We'll see what happens when we land. Look, guys, we got a tower. We'll switch over to him before we totally get out of his airspace. Seattle Tower, Air Canada 7725 is with you at flight level 270, IFR to San Francisco.
No last aircraft following me. I don't believe that is in my airspace. You can reach back to me on that very
Air Canada 7725, say again. Yeah, who cares if I'm drunk? I'm not drunk. I've only had 1 beer, so we're still good. We'll still touch down safe and sound. Actually, it'll probably be a better landing than normal, to be honest. It'll be a little steadier on approach. This tower doesn't want to deal with me. That's disappointing. So I just want to double check now that I've actually reset all my settings, and I had to reset up IFR, or OBS, sorry. Can you guys hear everything okay?
Seattle Tower, confirm call sign.
Seattle Tower, this is Air Canada 7725 at flight level 290. Negative, that is beer with alcohol.
Air Canada 7725, I don't believe you'll be on my airspace. You can switch back to Unicom and have a good flight.
Roger, frequency change to 1228 point approved. Alright, so we're back to Unicom. This guy doesn't know what the fuck he wants. Yeah, I know. I was just trying to make sure that they had my my ILS or my IFR plan approved, but we'll see. I don't want to just like randomly show up in San Francisco and have a tower show up there and then have them yell at me because I'm landing. You know what I mean? Makes life easier when there's a tower. Alright, so we have another 85 miles to go before we hit our next waypoint. We're gonna change this. We're gonna go flight plan. We're gonna go direct to CVO right now. Passenger seat views, very nice. Yeah, I like the ability to move about the cabin. It adds a nice little touch to the game. Hey, Shimo. Or Shimano. How's it going, man? How are you doing this evening? We are all doing fantastic. We're en route Seattle to San Francisco. En route to waypoint Charlie Victor Oscar. Waiting for me to deliver snacks. You can go ahead and deliver some snacks if you want. I'm doing well. That's good, man. I'm good. Glad to hear. Glad to hear. So we're leveled off. So we're gonna square this here off at 0 because we're done climbing in like 2 seconds. And we want to see weather and turbulence, and we're gonna set our gain to max just so we can be doubly careful. You are on cruise. I am certainly at the cruising altitude right about now. So we're going to level off here at 34,000 feet. We've got 490 miles to go. $68 miles to our next waypoint. And I'm going to set this on a rotate. We'll start our fuel transfer here now. Oh, you go right ahead. I'll sign off on a snack any day, as long as I get one. What do you guys know about being an ATC on VATSIM? I don't know anything about being an ATC on VATSIM. I fly as a pilot on VATSIM, but I do know that they do offer courses. Depending on which nation you're with, you can sign up for each nation. Become part of the gigantic air traffic control community. They do offer courses. They'll teach you everything you need to know. European ATC. Taylor, you missed out on my my full flight the other night. Actually, I did the Frankfurt to Heathrow flight. Hey Andre, what's up, man? How's it going? Welcome back. We got the whole crew here tonight. Well, 34,000. We got a ground speed of 442 knots. So we should be there in roughly 1 hour and 5 minutes. If my math is good. Just did Osis to Dublin. Oh, nice. Or Oslo to Dublin, sorry. How was that? I don't think I've actually flown to Dublin yet. Maybe that's a flight I can do tomorrow. Because I don't think I'll be doing Frankfurt to Dubai. I don't have time for a 6-hour flight tomorrow because sadly for me I work 7 days a week, so. Courses online. Yeah, the courses are done online, same as this here. So they basically you sign up, you register, they'll give you some course content to study, at which point you can ask to do an exam, and you'll just direct somebody in on an approach a couple times, and you'll be good. Dublin's a great approach. I've wanted to do a couple Icelandic flights as well. Iceland is a beautiful spot. I'd love to fly there sometime. Somebody double check and see how far it would be for me to fly from Dublin to Keflavik in Iceland. Maybe some night I'll do that one for you guys. We will do something like that towards the end of the month. Just give me a rough estimate if you could. Singapore to Panama. Non-stop, you're waiting? Ooh, that would be a good one. That would be a good one, but I'd need a long time, but I don't think I could do a 15-hour non-stop flight. I'm pretty sure I'd have to land and refuel somewhere along the way. Yeah, Iceland, Keflavik would be the airport of choice. Let's see. We're getting kind of close to our waypoint now. Another 33 miles to go. 2 hours, 30 minutes, Keflavik to Iceland. Or from Dubai to Keflavik. That sounds doable. Perhaps that is a good flight for later this week. Maybe we can do that some night this week. An A340 500 or 600? Yeah, problem is I don't have an A340 4X plane. All I've got is the A320, so the 15-hour flight to Panama is not going to work. That's not bad. I could do Ireland to Iceland probably later this week. Maybe some night when my wife is working and I have nothing else to do. That's what I'll do. So what are all you guys up to this weekend? Are you guys all enjoying your long weekend? Gonna go check out the ATC a little more. Yeah, do it up, man. Make sure you drop back again sometime, Shimano. Typically there's more ATC interaction on this channel, but right now there's not a whole lot of ATC online where I'm flying. Maybe if you check back another couple nights, I'll be doing a European flight, and there should be some more ATC interaction. Very much enjoy. Excellent. Well, we will see you again soon, my friend. I think I just locked my door. That's not what I wanted to do. I'm gonna unlock it. Let's go take a look. See what we can find down towards the rear of the aircraft. Maybe we'll find some snacks in the back. I should probably stop walking through my seats. Going for some snacks in the back, absolutely. We're also gonna take a peek out through this door. It's always my favorite thing to do when I'm flying. You just sneak down to the back, take a look outside. We're about to make a turn to the left here now. Let's see where we are right now. KSEA, which one's this one? Not a fucking clue where that is. Let's see if we can find something. Sadly, I don't know my American geography very well, but how long do you fly to San Francisco? Right now our ground speed is currently 445 knots, so we've got just less than an hour. It'll be probably, I'd say about 50 minutes till we're on the ground. So our top of descent is going to be just after we make the turn from our waypoint. Etchi. Once we hit Etchi, we'll be starting our descent. So Etchi's probably about, I don't know, 40 minutes from where we are here right now. You gotta eat? Alright, I'll see you in a little bit, Taylor. How much fuel do we have left on board? We got 16,000 kilos. We got tons of fuel. It's 3:90 a.m. here in Australia. Oh, that's pretty early. (1:30 a.m. in Germany. Good night. All right, you have yourself a good night, Andre. We'll see you again some other night. You can't decide what plane to fly? The default 737 is good, but it's not fully interactive. The nice thing about it though is it gives you a full frame rate. Like I can get almost 50 frames a second with the default 737. Yeah, exactly. That's what I mean. Like way better graphics wise. You're getting a way better frame rate with it. But unfortunately, it's just not as interactive of an aircraft. Although you never know, maybe with some of the updates that they'll push out. I should fly in Australia sometime? Yeah, I could do that, Peter. Give me some ideas of some flights you'd like me to see, and I'm sure I could do something for you. Whereabouts is that? Actually, no, that's like 30 minutes. Well, it wouldn't be 30 minutes if I did it in a Cessna. And whereabouts is that? I'm assuming one of those is probably something like Sydney. The airport that you land at is a tiny airport on a small island. Is it big enough for an A320 to land on, or would I have to use a different aircraft? Look at those mountains. That's fucking high. We must be over Colorado or something right now. This is the Rockies for sure. Okay, well, yeah, if it's big enough for an A320 to land on, then with the auto brake to medium, well, I'll probably set to high just to be safe. Can never be too safe. Do I know how to disable birds and deers? No, I don't have a clue. Why, are there a lot of birds and deer there at those airports? Nice coastline. You were doing a takeoff halfway down the runway, your right engine cut out. Why did you strike a bird? I thought I was gonna hit some actually the other night when I was doing my flight from Boston to I can't remember where I flew. I think it was Boston to yeah, it was when I did Boston to Washington. What's up with the audio, North King? Oh, that sucks, man. Yeah, when I was taking off from Boston the other night, there was a massive flock of birds flying through. I thought for sure I was gonna die. A deer strike in your engine? Jesus. Yeah, that'll lead to a catastrophic failure. You can't hear me very well? Okay, just a second. I'll turn the volume up just a little tiny bit for you, buddy. Is that a little bit better there now? Just let me know if that works a little better. Jesus. Catastrophic failure. Deer is definitely not easy on your engine. I mean, a bird is bad enough, but a fucking deer, that'll just take the wing off your plane.
What do you want?
Some really good, there's some good sceneries available for your Australian airports. Are they like very demanding on the game? Because like I said, like most of this game, most of the add-ons are pretty demanding. Like right now, as you can see right now, I'm getting like 30 to 40 frames a second. And a couple nights ago, I was only getting like 10 to 20, so the little upgrade I did the other day, or yesterday, kind of helped me a bit. Got my frame rate up at least 10 frames a second, so. But I think a little more RAM or something might help me out a bit more. So I'll probably save up and do that. As my wife gives me a dirty look. So if you guys want to donate some RAM, I'll gladly accept some DDR400. or some DDR4 2400 gigahertz RAM, or I'll just save up and buy some, whichever. But my wife keeps giving me dirty looks, so. But the goal is to get this thing from the 35 to 40 frames a second upwards of 50 to 60. So that's my next goal. Another 10 FPS and I'll be happy. 60 would be ideal, but I'll settle for 50. Let's take a quick look at our fuel on board. Oh, shit. Got plenty of fuel. We do need to engage our anti-ice because it is cold as shit outside. $324 miles to go. What are some other good airports around Australia, Peter? I don't really know a whole lot about Australia. I don't really know much about the area, to be honest. Like, I know about Sydney, but what else is around? Hey, Kaliza, welcome back. How you doing this evening? So we're gonna hit waypoint NV. After that we have Tokos. And then after Tokos, we've got Etchi. And we've got, once we get maybe 10 miles past Etchi, we're gonna start our descent. You're just using your sister's email on my phone? Alright. I'm very sorry because I think I've called you that a dozen times now. Short flight, Airedale to Melbourne? What kind of, how long is that flight? do Nassau to Orlando. How long would that take? Or do one from Orlando to LAX? Orlando to LAX is quite a while, but well, I guess it. I don't know actually. How long would Orlando to LAX take? Maybe three hours, maybe. We got all kinds of flight ideas here. It'd be like 3 to 4 hours. Yeah. That's what I would figure too. Yeah, when you get your computer started, you're starting a X-Plane 11 channel. Oh, nice. Well, maybe we can do some YouTube videos together if we can figure out how to do the shared cockpit. Los Angeles to Orlando over 4,000 K. Ooh, yeah, that's quite a while. So it'd be more like 6 hours. Let's actually see if we can climb a little bit. We're gonna go 36,000 feet. Not very quickly or anything, because you know I'm soon gonna descend. Well, we'll go up at 600 feet a minute. It's not very far, so. Yeah, absolutely. I'm always up for collaborating with people. Is that aircraft free or did you buy it? This one was a purchased aircraft. It was well worth it though, because this one here is it's more interactive than the standard aircraft that are in the game. Do I have any add-ons installed? Right now I've got a couple different plugins. I don't have many add-ons, but right now I've got the X-Life plugin. I've got the Squawk Box, and that's about it. The rest of them all came with this aircraft here. Most of it's straight out of the box. I think I might have got disconnected from... No, I'm still active on Squawk Box. Let's double check and see who's online. We got Seattle Center now, but I'm way farther south than Seattle Center. I'm almost in San Francisco now. And we're level at 36,000 feet. When you get X-Plane 11, how can you play on VATSIM? All you have to do is just create an account. It takes 24 hours to get activated on VATSIM. And then once you're activated on VATSIM, you can sign in using Squawk Box, which is right now the only way to play with the VATSIM servers on X-Plane 11. So you just sign in with that. With the X-Life. X-Life is what allows you to see the other aircraft. So you need both add-ons. What airliner am I flying? Right now I'm flying the JARDesign Airbus 320. I'll just give you a little show of the outside. If I can find the button to bring me outside. There we go. How much do the add-ons for VATSIM cost? VATSIM is free. You can fly whatever aircraft you want with VATSIM, and the download for the ATC is free. So again, like I said, once we hit Etchi right here, we're going to start our descent. We are 220 miles or 230 miles from our current destination of San Francisco. So we get there, we'll taxi to the gate, and then we'll call it an evening. And we'll do another flight later this week. Probably I won't be tomorrow. Tomorrow night I'm going to spend some time with my wife, but probably on Monday while she's working. It's cross-platform? Yeah, it certainly is. Yeah, you can, basically the way VATSIM works is it looks at people flying on all different platforms, whether it's FSX, X-Plane, P3D, and basically they, can I do a video on X-Plane 11 flight school? I could, I guess, yeah, if you guys want. It's just a matter of basically teach you guys how to set a flight plan. For me, it's super easy because I use a program called simbrief.com. I set up all of my flight plans through there. I save it into my flight plan folder for my aircraft. I upload it. I also just file it with or with VATSIM, so the ATC can see exactly what I'm planning on doing, and from there, we just fly. But in regards to getting your clearances and stuff like that, I guess I could do a simple tutorial on how to do that. The big thing is, if you're ever going to fly with VATSIM, you want to do your research on where you're flying. Like, there's no add-on that's going to tell you where you need to taxi or how you need to taxi to your airport. So you want to look up the airport diagrams using Google. I like to keep them open on a second monitor. That way I can cross-reference where I'm flying each airport. Like right now I have the diagrams for San Francisco and Seattle open, so I can see each of them whenever I need to. I also have SimBrief open in a different window so that I can see my flight route, so I know when I'm descending. Like I know just after Etchi is the last portion of my flight plan right here before I hit discontinuity, but that's because that's where I'm going to start descending. After which, I'm going to start a Melbeck approach into San Francisco. We're again, I'm going to double here, see what our approach runway is going to be. Update that weather. We're still got 290, so we're still going to land probably runway 1 right. So we'll get that set up now before we get there. So we are going to go let's see. Actually, we got winds at 290. So we're not going to go 19. We are going to go... We're going to come in runway 10 left. So we'll do the 10 left ILS. Okay, we don't have an ILS for 10 left. We do have GPS 10 left. But fuck it, we'll land with the wind. And we'll do a gold 9. We'll do the gold 9 approach. So we'll insert that in there. Is the default scenery good on X-Plane 11? Yeah, I'm actually a bigger fan of the default scenery because most of the add-ons right now, where they're still brand new, X-Plane 11 is a brand new game. Like, it was only released 2 months ago, so most of the add-ons are super demanding on your software or on your hardware. If I were to recommend one thing, it would probably be to stick with the default software for now until a couple of the patches come out which will probably make the game less demanding on your software, or on your hardware, sorry. Because right now, like, the frame rates are pretty bad. Like, I've got an i7 7700 with a RX 480 graphics card, 8 gigs of RAM, and I'm barely able to get 40 FPS. I should be able to do much better than that, but I'm struggling. So I would wait basically until the game's been out a little bit longer, a few more updates released, then I would look at probably switching it over to some add-on scenery. You think you're going to pursue the ATC position? Okay. What type of ATC thing are you thinking about doing? What airport? They've got ATC positions open for almost all airports. Later in the future, can I do a My Flight Simulator setup and show us your setup? Yeah, I could absolutely do that. That would be pretty easy for me to do for you, actually. Maybe later this week, I'll try to do a basic video on how I set up my PC. Right now, I'm not flying with any kind of complicated software. I fly with an Xbox 360 controller. I no longer have a joystick. A joystick is something that I'm looking to invest in the near future, though. So we shall see. KIAD. And which airport is that? I'm not very familiar with my U.S. Geography. Like I said, I'm Canadian, so I'm more familiar with the Canadian IAO codes. So let's get us back down to our original altitude of 34,000 feet before we get to that location. Before we get to Etchi anyways. Yeah, there's no real, like, you don't need to go out and buy like the big yoke and joystick combination just so you can enjoy this. Like, you don't need a yoke or the rudder pedals. Like, if you get a decent gamepad with stuff, like, you could still fly it. If you want the realistic feeling of it, well, yeah, you're gonna need the yoke. But Dooley's in Virginia. Okay, Virginia's not actually all that far from where I am. Seems very professional. Yeah. Yeah, I like some of the Canadian airports myself. I like flying out of Halifax and Moncton. Those airports are pretty good. There's usually a good set of ATC in that area as well, Atlantic Canada. XP11, yeah. I know. I'm still not switched over to any P3D or anything yet. But Mr. HGGS Hornet here thinks that the P3D is nice. I have to agree with him. Once they come out with some more airliners and stuff, it's going to be a great simulator. But for me, I'm not a big fan of. Have I seen the TFTI 717 for? No, I haven't seen that actually. I have not seen that one. Let's descend to 28,000. Now we'll just get ourselves set up for now, I guess. The first step is going to be to descend to 11,000. P3D is nice, but like I said, like once a few more of the airliners come out, I'd probably be more satisfied with it. I'm not a big fan of general aviation flying. Does the P3D4 version allow you to use the airliners, Hornet? I'm a big fan of this VAT sim thing, by the way. I got myself set up with the VAT can now, so I've been using that. Sadly, there's never any air traffic controllers on when I'm flying. So 90% of what I'm doing is flying with Unicom. But P3D V4 is 64-bit. Oh, nice. Well, maybe I'll have to check it out. So we'll get ourselves set up here for the descent.
Spoilers armed.
And we'll fire up the APU. They're going to make it more realistic in the coming months. Oh, nice. Well, maybe I'll stick to X-Plane 11 for now, and then once the next update is released, maybe I'll see. Unless it goes on sale anytime in the next little bit. We'll see. I'm all about a discount, so if I can get it for a good price, I'll get it for a good price. X-Plane 11 would be better if it came with a disc. Well, you can buy the boxed version. I just have the Steam edition, so there's no CDs. I bought the digital copy. I'll be right back, guys. I have to bring my dog outside. I'll just be a couple seconds. Alright guys, I'm back. So we are en route to Pi right now. So we're going to start our descent to 11,000 feet. Does anybody on here use a Mac? No. I definitely don't use a Mac. So we're not too far away from San Francisco now. San Francisco's just over here. We got K-Pi, and we're going to zoom in a little bit here now. The coast view is very nice. Yeah, I agree. So again, we're getting pretty close to San Francisco now. 76 miles to go. So we gotta expedite this descent a little bit.
Spoilers disarm. Spoilers half. You're back? Alright, welcome back. Right now we are about to take the turn to PYE. Papa Yankee X-ray. Turning towards Lozit. And we've started slowing our speed
Actually, we're gonna take it all the ways down to 8,000 here before we settle ourselves away. And we need to slow ourselves down a little more.
Spoilers
So
full.
I'll deploy spoilers a little more. Set ourselves up. We're gonna go auto brakes low on this one because we got quite a long runway. Brake fan enabled. You see there, we got our flaps open. We got the shadows from the spoilers. Let me get over, take a look at this engine view. A couple nice airports in this way too. That aren't bad to land in. So we're probably going to have to make a circle around, come back for the approach. So what we'll do is we'll fly manually out this direction here. Continue our descent out over San Francisco Harbor. We'll drop some altitude out this way, and then we'll let the autopilot take over again, and we'll continue on that approach. I think I might have underestimated on my my flight planning on the distance required for that approach.
Speed checked. Flaps 1.
set your QNH. What's my QNH? Oh yeah, fuck, my barometer. Good call. It is 2992 here though, because we're in immaculate weather.
Speed is not okay for next flaps position. Speed checked. Flaps 0. Speed checked. Flaps 1.
Could I do ATC with a Mac, something called Squawk Box? Yeah, you could, absolutely. I use Squawk Box on this aircraft, actually.
Autopilot 1, cross-check. Speed is not okay for next flaps position. Speed checked. Flaps 0.
We got a tower. We're on 121. To 1.8. Not quite low enough yet. San Francisco Tower, Air Canada 7725 is inbound to land.
Ground there. That's fine. Land and then call me when you're on ground.
Roger, we'll contact when we're on the ground. Can you advise which active runway we have at San Francisco at the moment?
Give me one moment.
Say again?
Just give me a moment on like now.
Autopilot 1, cross-check.
We are arriving at 28 right and departing the 1.
Alright, so we're arriving 28 right depart. So we're going to set ourselves up. We're going to go the Golding 9, no stir. I'm going to descend to 26,000 or 2600. Roger, that was 28, right?
That is affirmative to be right.
Alright, switching back to Unicom, I'll contact you when I'm on the ground.
You're on the ground.
Autopilot 1, cross-check.
You need 100 hours of flying in order to be an ATC? Jesus. That's crazy.
Approach phase activated. Autopilot 1, cross-check.
2,500.
I don't think I'm going to clear that mountain. You have like 240 hours at the minute? It's quite a bit of VAT sim time. I'm gonna ascend a little bit to say 3,000 feet.
Autopilot 1, cross-check.
Around 0.75.
Radio altimeter alive.
Yeah, we already pushed back here. So you got on, we can pick up IFR if you'd like, or if you want to just give us back to, that's alright too. That's understood.
Speed check.
Speed.
Flaps 1.
Speed.
Speed is not okay for next flaps position. Speed checked. Flaps 2.
Whoa. There's our problem.
Autopilot 1, cross-check.
San Francisco Unicom Air Canada 7725 is inbound ILS runway 28 right. I'm too slow. Yeah, well, the approach got all fucked up here, so I know I'm too slow. My top of descent was also programmed way too late, so I was basically on top of the airport by the time I was 8,000 feet above the ground, which is not good. So I'll take what I can get at this moment, which right now is going to be a low and slow approach.
Yeah, that works for us. 375.
Radio altimeter alive.
Your crew is welcome to Port 16 First Station, Michigan Avenue 7. Departures offline, 555.
Alright, guys, now it is 6:30. eBay transition, Avenal and 87. LA, or, pressure up on figures 455.
Radio altimeter alive.
Yeah, you give us that. Yeah, still 25. 9755. We'll knock you off my window first.
Alright, so we'll hit
Speed checked. Flaps 3.
2,500 feet. We're almost up to the point where we're going to make that final turn. Where am I headed? Right now I am on approach to San Francisco International. So San Francisco's just behind us, actually, just a bit over right there.
Spoilers half. Spoilers retracted. Spoilers arm.
You saw when I flew over it? Nice. Yeah, we're just circling around now. Originally, I was gonna go for I was gonna go in runway 10 left, but the ATC came live just as I was in on approach, so we're just circling around now to come back to 28 right because that's the active runway that they've decided to go with. I departed from Seattle and flew to San Francisco.
Got you, someone complete. Let's just go fast.
How long has the flight been to here?
altimeter alive.
About an hour and a half, roughly. San Francisco, Unicom Air Canada 7725. Final runway, two-way right.
Grand United 2145 Heavy. Information Bravo clears to LA.
Speed checked. Flaps full.
United 2741 Heavy. I have one amendment here. For your arrival card, you need to have an alteration.
Gear down.
Okay, can you put that on text, please? Yes, yes.
Have I ever done US to Europe? No.
Autopilot 1, cross-check.
Oops. Well, that guy clearly didn't talk to the tower before he took off.
1,000.
What's the longest flight that I've done? Probably 2 hours.
300.
100 above.
Speed, speed, speed. 200. 100. 50, 40, 30, 20. Retard, retard.
Decel. Spoilers full.
United 2745 Heavy. Los Angeles Airport, West departure, invasion, United 5. Departure offline. 4547,
70 knots.
4547 United 2145 Heavy. Thank you. We'll be back to
San Francisco ground Air Canada 7725 is requesting taxi to the gates from taxiway Tango.
November 19.
Say again, Air Canada 7725, your mic is really muffled.
Your call sign is not Air Canada to me.
Stand by, let me double check and see what I've got. Yeah, and actually I'm showing up as November 1975.
Yeah, I was like so confused.
Sorry. It should have been Air Canada 7725, but alright. Either way, we're requesting taxi from taxiway Tango.
Remember 1905, the Delta Alpha, cross runway 2.
Roger, cross runway 18 left, Tango Delta Alpha to the gate. Is this one of the bigger airports in the U.S.? Yeah, this is probably one of the biggest. This airport is massive, actually.
Bravo, Foxtrot, cross runway 1 left, 1 right. Bravo, Foxtrot, cross 1 left and right, that is good on 5.
How many runways? Here there's 4 runways, but they're very large. And it's a very, very busy airport. You're back. You're back just in time for the end of the flight, actually.
Park brake on. Park brake off. Park brake on. Flaps 2. Flaps 0.
Alright guys, well that's going to be it for this evening. Hope you guys enjoyed the flight. Stay tuned later this week. We'll probably do Ireland to Iceland, like we talked about there tonight, if you guys are interested. So make sure you guys check back later. Have a good night, everyone.